Fox Sports.
We are Black Hawks. We are Wisconsin.
It was a rough start to the night for the Brewers last night. 5 errors early, a long rain delay. The Yankees' Aaron Judge setting a franchise record for home runs by a rookie. But then there was Jesus Aguilar, who matched a Brewers franchise record with a 7 RBI night, highlighted by a 7th-inning grand slam. And it helped the Brewers to a 9-4 victory, and it keeps the Brewers ahead of the pack in the National League Central as we head into the middle game of this 3-game series that will take us to the All-Star break. Good afternoon from Yankee Stadium. Alongside Bill Schroeder, I'm Matt LePay. Sophia Minard is our reporter, and it is fun to continue, Rock, to be able to say the division-leading Milwaukee Brewers. Yesterday the Cubs won, so did the Brewers, so the gap remains the same at 4.5 games.
Yeah, these guys right now are playing as good a baseball as they have all season long. I mean, they're not just winning games. I mean, they are winning handily. Their last 5 games have been outstanding. They've had a couple of big innings in their last 2 games at the Cubs, a 7-run inning. Look at the hits, look at the walks. I mean, they're attacking pitches out in the strike zone, and they're being patient at the plate. 9 walks in those 2 very good innings. And, a lot of the damage done by the Brewers in yesterday's game with 2 strikes. Jesus Aguilar, a 2-run home run on a 3-2 count. And later in the game, a sacrifice fly. But the big blow was the Jesus Aguilar grand slam. And this was on a 3-2 pitch as well. You know, this young team, they're really starting to come into their own as far as comfortable at the plate. And the more comfortable they get, the better, more selective they have become. And really now, not really afraid to hit with 2 strikes, and that was proven in a big way in yesterday's ball game.
Yeah, those crooked numbers are pretty, and the pitching continues to be very effective as well for the Brew Crew. More of a bullpen game last night, but the starting pitching has been excellent. Brent Suter gets the call here this afternoon, and for more on today's starter, let's send it down to the field and say hello to Sophia.
Thanks, Matt and Rock, and you're right. With all the talk about the Brewers' offense, how about some love for the pitching staff as well? And I think when Chase Anderson went down with that oblique injury in Cincinnati, there were questions about how they would fill his spot in the rotation for how well he had been going over the month of June. Well, Brent Suter proved to be more than a capable replacement on Monday, his first start at Miller Park. He gave the team 6 innings, gave up 1 run, not earned, on 4 hits, 1 walk, and a career-high 8 strikeouts. The 6 innings as well, a career high for him. So for Suter, he has the chance to make another dream come true here, filling in for Anderson again here as he gets the start at Yankee Stadium.
It's definitely been a crazy season like we've talked about before, but staying grateful, staying present has really helped me, I guess, get through it or do the best I can just when the ball is handed to me. So being in this position here to make a start Saturday in Yankee Stadium it's incredible. I mean, who doesn't dream about that as a kid? Playing in one of the most revered ballparks in the game and playing against a really good lineup, really hard lineup to navigate. So it'll be a great challenge. A lot of family and friends are coming, so really it's incredible.
Well, Suter looks to deliver on a dream come true here today at Yankee Stadium. And how about the glove of Keon Broxton? He made sure Aaron Judge remembered his name here with a big catch last night. We'll take a look at Broxton's defense when we come back. First pitch coming up next at Yankee Stadium.
Brewers baseball on Fox Sports Wisconsin, presented by Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. Let the games begin. Nice warm afternoon in the Bronx, mid-80s with a partly sunny sky. Hopefully we'll be rain-free. We're hoping that last night had a delay of nearly an hour. Long night, but a very good night for the Brewers. And the Crew coming into this game with a 5-game winning streak, and they have also won 8 of their last 9 games. A red-hot team that leads the Central Division. Their manager, Craig Counsell. And let's take a look at Counsell's batting order today, presented by Potawatomi. Jonathan Villar at the top of the order. Eric Thames is back in the lineup. He was out of the lineup each of the last 2 ball games. Ryan Braun in left field, hitting third, followed by Travis Shaw. He's the cleanup hitter. Domingo Santana, Jesus Aguilar. Stephen Votes back in the lineup today behind the plate, hitting 7th. Keon Broxton 8th. Orlando Arcia rounds out the Brewers batting order against the young, hard-throwing starter for the Yankees, Luis Severino.
Yeah, he got off to a tremendous start. I mean, his earned run average after his start on June 10th was .275. Making the All-Star team this year for the American League. 2 of his last 3 starts have not gone very well. 11 earned runs in that stretch, covering 13 1/3 innings. Took the losses last time out. Let's check out the Menards Yankees defense. The Yankees have turned only 57 double plays. That's last in the big leagues. Got Frazier, Ellsbury, and Judge in the outfield. Chase Headley's got 11 errors at third base. Gregorius Torres at second base. Romine at first. And Gary Sanchez behind home plate.
Your umpire crew here today. Mike Estabrook will call balls and strikes. Larry Vanover, the crew chief, over at first. Alfonso Marquez, Chad Fairchild at second and third base respectively, as Severino delivers a strike to Jonathan Villar. And we are underway at Yankee Stadium. Well, the Brewers last night overcoming a 5-error night. As everything, just about everything that could go wrong did, and then the rain delay hit. And coming out of the rain delay, the game turned around for Craig Counsell's team. The big bats, Jesus Aguilar with a 7 RBI night will be the DH today. Excellent bullpen work as well. 0-2 pitch to Villar.
It's been a long time since I can remember the Brewers playing as good a baseball as they have in this stretch. I mean, not only have they won their last 5, but they have won handedly in every one of them. Everything going very well.
Boy, that's for sure. Big innings in each of the last 2 games. A 7-run third on Thursday afternoon against the Cubs at Wrigley Field. A 5-run 7th inning last night. Junior Guerra, the starter, went 3 1/3. The rain delay plus a right shin contusion. He took a hard shot to the leg right before the rain delay, but Josh Hader and company really stepping up and pitching well out of that Brewers bullpen.
And Josh Hader really has established himself as a solid bullpen guy. Yeah, 3 innings, 7 punch outs for Josh. Picked up his first major league win.
Villar had a hit, also drew a walk last night, something the Brewers have been very good at doing. We talked about it in Brewers Live pregame. The Brewers last night to get all of that run production with 2 strikes. And Rocky mentioned a team that strikes out a lot. No secret there, but when seemingly Yankee pitchers had the Brewers where they wanted them, it was the Brewers coming through.
Yeah, pitchers made some mistakes. Brewers made them pay.
Villar, swing and a miss on a 99-mile-an-hour offering from Severino to begin the day.
Yeah, Severino's had some of his best games following Yankee losses this year. He throws hard. He's got a good slider, and he has come up with a pretty good changeup.
Yeah, they say that is what has him in the starting rotation. He was struggling mightily last year, and they moved him to the bullpen, and he did have some success, but that was as a 2-pitch pitcher, fastball, slider, and getting a few things done, making some progress with that changeup. But he is a hard thrower, as we are seeing right away this afternoon. Here's Eric Thames. He has had the last couple of days off. The Brewers went through a 3-game stretch of facing left-handed starters. Eric had the call on Wednesday afternoon, or Wednesday night rather, and Miller Park, and Thames going the other way, and this will slice foul. The Brewers get the best of both worlds here in an American League ballpark. You can get Thames back in the lineup, and you can keep Aguilar in the lineup as the DH.
Yeah, Craig Counsell was saying before the game that was going to be the plan anyway. Of course, he can say that now, but with Aguilar with the big day with 7 RBIs, yeah, that was the plan, to get them both in there.
A ball, 2 strikes. Severino against Eric Thames, just getting started here in New York this afternoon. And there's a shot right field, and that's going to fall a base hit. Big turn from Thames on his way to second, and a double for the Brewers first baseman.
And Brewers continue to swing the bats. Big hit totals yesterday. They drew a number of walks, 9 runs on the board. Double number 15 for Thames. And check it out. That slider that stayed right down the middle of the plate, and he's able to hook it down the line in right. And first hit of the game from Milwaukee.
Picking up where they left off last night. That hit coming with 2 strikes. So the Brewers with a runner in scoring position in this first inning for Ryan Braun. Ronnie last night with a third, or rather a 4th inning double that extends his hitting streak to 9 games. Also reached on a walk. Brewers have been electric in the first inning, as Brewer fans are well aware. Put a couple on the board Thursday afternoon in Chicago. Took until the 4th inning before Milwaukee was able to scratch last night. Brewers trying to take advantage of an all-star pitcher. Severino is an all-star, but Rock mentioned he has been a little below par of late as the 23-year-old right-hander out of the Dominican Republic.
And he asked the folks around this Yankee ball club what the problem is, and they can't figure anything out. I mean, he throws hard. He's been consistent with his off-speed pitches. Sometimes there's really no definitive answer as to why a guy gets hit. But with his stuff, he doesn't get hit all that often. But his last 4 earned run average around 6.
His first 11 starts, his ERA was sub 3. It was 2.90. Began the year 4-2. Began the year hot, as did this Yankees team. They were 38-23. Second best record in baseball on into the month of June. And since then, the Yankees have lost 17 of their last 23.
Yeah, pitching has given them an issue, but the bullpen in particular, we saw that last night. And they've had some major injuries, to their offense.
It is a lengthy list, including Starlin Castro, who will not be in the All-Star game. Was originally slated to play. He's been out. Jacoby Ellsbury is in the lineup here today, but he missed 29 games because of a concussion. Matt Holliday, they're hoping, will be back soon after the All-Star game. They're dealing with a viral infection.
I think the Brewers are really happy they don't have to deal with him. They saw enough of him with the Cardinals.
Yeah, his numbers against Milwaukee are a little scary, so maybe the timing is good here for the Brewers. They'll miss Holliday. He'll be back after the break. Full count to Braun. Eric Thames, the runner at second. Payoff pitch. A wave and a miss. That'll be Sanchez securing the strikeout. There are 2 men out in inning number 1.
And a nasty slider. A late breaking, really big breaking slider to get Braun there. Got him to chase one in the dirt. It's not something you see a lot of out of Ryan Braun.
Severino originally signed with the Yankees 5 years ago. When he's on, when he's not getting strikeouts, he's getting a lot of ground balls. Ground ball rate 54%. Here's Travis Shaw. Shaw with a hit last night. Average on the edge of 300. 18 home runs. He has driven in 61. Inch him back. Shaw actually did more than that. It did clip him, and Gary Sanchez begs to differ.
The Yankees going to take a look at it. They got to figure Joe Girardi is starting to get a little bit frustrated with his team's play.
He has watched his team, which by Yankees standards went into the year, at least from the outside looking in, with very modest expectations at best. A lot of young players.
Yeah, he's upset.
Yeah.
I guess Girardi's argument is, I mean, Travis Shaw didn't think it hit him. He just stood in the batter's box. You know, if a hitter thinks a pitch hits him, he's going to take first base right away. Shaw didn't do that. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'd probably be barking a little bit too, quite honestly.
Yeah, I guess it's all about the reaction of Travis. I mean, he got out of the way, didn't really make any move toward first.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we resume, the umpires are
We will take another look, or the crew in New York will take another look.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult to overturn anything. I mean, unless you see some daylight between the jersey and the baseball. And watch his reaction here. Not the reaction of a guy that thinks it hit him, although Shaw did turn around and say something, made a motion like, did it hit me? I think it did hit me.
Well, at most, it just brushed the jersey. Yeah, I agree with you. This might be a tough one to overturn. It may not have hit him, but the look. Let's see if New York can get any kind of a look that would be definitive.
Yeah, it's hard to see. I mean, the jersey doesn't move a whole lot. Sometimes it doesn't when it barely grazes a piece of the jersey. It's amazing we have to talk in terms like this, right?
Right, exactly.
Did the jersey move at all, or is there any daylight between the baseball and the jersey and all this kind of stuff? But that's what they're looking for in New York.
Yeah, that's the life with replay.
And the call's gonna stand.
Yeah, not enough to overturn that, so the call stands, and the Brewers have runners at first and second with 2 men out.
next up.
If you're going to get hit that way. And they're already really thrilled here in New York.
That was a Yankee review, and now they're out of challenges, and we're in the top of the first inning.
So there you go. Here's Domingo Santana. Well, good. A little bad to his night last night. The good, he had a couple of hits. The bad, a couple of errors. The Brewers, we mentioned, won the game despite committing 5 errors. The first time they have done that since 1999. When they overcame 5 errors to beat the White Sox. There's a fly ball hit back into deep right field, and it's gone. Domingo Santana goes the other way. Short porch, and the Brewers lead 3-0.
Boy, the hit batter really coming up big, huh? Now extending the inning, and Santana not messing around on a 1-0 pitch. Slices one down that right field line. It's only 314 right down the line. It goes pretty much straight across. So Santana got enough of it and knocked it out of here. Some more first inning damage for the Brewers.
And the first inning gauntlet for the crew. 78 first inning runs now the Brewers have scored.
That fastball away. Yeah, Santana gives it a ride. He got under it, and ball just carried out of here. These guys are something, huh? The way they're swinging the bats.
My goodness.
Although it's not a 2-strike RBI like yesterday.
Jesus Aguilar at the plate. He had the 7 RBI night last night, and that's hit into left center field. That's a base hit. Played out there by Clint Frazier. And a productive first inning continues for the Crew. Santana with a 3-run homer a moment ago.
It's just amazing how Santana's been able to cover both sides of the plate. Hitting the ball line to line, and it's tough to pitch a guy that does that, and it's also tough to defend a hitter that hits the ball all over the park. He got 6 opposite field home runs and only 2 on the pull side. That's pretty impressive.
He has been impressive at the plate after the tough start first few weeks of the season.
They're rumbling already here at the Yankee Stadium. They have not been happy as of late, not with their ball club.
They have not. They maybe surpassed some expectations through the early portion of June and got the hopes up around here. And you know, we mentioned they're struggling. They're 4.5 out. That's all. Not hopelessly behind by any stretch of the imagination, trailing the Red Sox. Stephen Vogt back in the lineup. He too sat out the last couple of games, at least in the lineup. He appeared as a pinch hitter on Thursday in Chicago.
He has sat out 3 consecutive games starting. It's been 3 left-handers the Brewers have faced.
See his numbers. Vogt along with Travis Shaw, those are the 2 Brewers who have seen Severino, and Vogt actually with a couple of hits and 5 at bats against the Yankee starter. Foul tip. 0-2 the count. Vogt and Shaw, American leaguers, so those are the 2 in the lineup with the most experience here in Yankee Stadium. As the Brewers get to Severino, we mentioned Brewers with 78 first inning runs. They're a plus 34. That's the more telling stat. They get off to good starts, getting the early jump again this afternoon. And a swing and a miss and a change from Severino, and that'll do it for the Brewers. He strikes out 3 to Severino, but he gives up 3 as Domingo Santana goes opposite field. Another good start for the Brewers. 3-0 with the Yankees coming up. Gives the Brewers the early jump once again. 3-0 as the Yankees get their first crack at it. Let's check out the Yankees batting order presented by Potawatomi. Brett Gardner, Aaron Judge, Gary Sanchez 1-2-3, D.D. Gregorius hitting cleanup, followed by Chase Headley and Jacoby Ellsbury, Clint Frazier, Austin Romine, and Austin Torreyes rounding out the Yankees batting order against the quick working Brent Suter.
Yeah, you got to do everything quick when Suter's on the mound. Well done.
Needs some tempo. Suter terrific in his last outing against the Orioles. And That rotation in place of Chase Anderson on the disabled list with the oblique muscle injury. Brett Gardner leading things off. He looked at a ton of pitches last night, walked 4 times.
And very good his last time out against the Orioles. Only 4 hits, no earned runs for Suter. His second start as a Brewer against Baltimore. He did have that emergency start first game of that doubleheader in St. Louis.
2-1 pitch. Milwaukee offense has just been flat out explosive. 11 runs on Thursday against the Cubs, 9 last night, and 3 in the first inning here today. 2-2 pitch to Gardner. Quick chance for Eric Thames. He'll feed his pitcher for out number 1.
Well, check out the Brewers defense. Brought to you by Menards. You hope it's going to be better early today than it was yesterday. 5 errors in the first 4 innings for the Brewers, but they were able to recover. You got Braun, Broxton, Santana in the outfield. You got Shaw Thames back in the starting lineup. Arcia Villar up the middle, and Stephen Vogt behind home plate.
And there is Stephen Vogt off to a terrific start as a Brewer. Ronnie in left and Eric Thames over at first, and here's Aaron Judge. We will witness in person, those of us here at the park, the power, the strength of this guy. Judge with a record-breaking home run in Yankees history, number 30 last night. That moves him past Joe DiMaggio for the rookie record in a Yankees uniform. And in the first inning, he set Keon Broxton to the wall. Here was the record breaker last night off of Josh Hader.
Yep, a changeup, the only changeup that Hader threw all night, and Judge able to put it out of here to center field.
A remarkable first half of the season for Judge. He could go on and on with the nuggets of information. You see the rookie record for homers. The most home runs before the All-Star break period by a Yankee is Roger Maris in his record year of 1961. Judge's homer last night moved him even with Alex Rodriguez, who had 30 10 years ago before the All-Star break. Moved him past Mickey Mantle, who had 29 on a couple of occasions in 1961 and 5 years earlier. So every time you start comparing him to the greats, they're easily recognizable names, put it that way.
Yeah, no kidding.
And he shoots one foul down the line.
Yeah, yesterday there was statistics that they were comparing Judge to with guys like Ted Williams and Lou Gehrig, Babe Ruth. I mean, incredible stuff that this kid has done in a very short period of time.
And yes, the dimensions of this ballpark a little more favorable to hitters than what they were in the old Yankee Stadium, but people will tell you what he is doing is really remarkable, as you said. 25 years old. Had a taste of it last year, struck out half of his at-bats. Still fans a lot, but he has cut it back from a year ago. Payoff pitch, and that is strike 3 called. And Suter catches Judge looking for out number 2.
Yep, right at the top of the strike zone. It was in the box. And Suter able to get him with a mid-80s fastball. Yep. Even in the mid-80s, you can get pitches by guys, and there you go, right on the corner, 89 miles an hour. Put a little extra on that one.
He did. That's getting it up there for Suter. There's Gary Sanchez. The breaking ball inside. Sanchez behind the plate tonight. He DH'd last night. 13 home runs. Made that big splash last year when he came up to the big club for good in early August. 53 games, was the runner-up for American League Rookie of the Year. He was that good in a short period of time. Two balls, one strike. today, 44-40. Brewers are 48-40. And a swing and a miss, and Suter with a couple of first inning strikeouts. A terrific beginning for Milwaukee as Brent Suter going to work. A couple of punch outs, 3-0 Brew Crew.
A 3-0 lead, and what if we told you to go to every home game in the rest of the year for just $29.99 per month? Introducing the Ballpark Pass, a new monthly ticket subscription that includes a standing room only ticket for all remaining games at Miller Park. Sign up today at Brewers.com/Ballpark Pass.
That is a big time deal. Take advantage of that and watch your first place Milwaukee Brewers. Keon Broxton lead things off 8-9-1 against Luis Severino. Since we talk a lot about pitchers that you might be able to get to early, it's been a different story with Severino. He's been very hard to touch up early. The Brewers did it today with the 3 runs, the 3-run homer. Domingo Santana. Prior to today, Severino in his previous 16 starts allowed a total of 3 runs in the first inning.
Yeah, no kidding. Good stuff. Well, he did strike out the side in the first inning. He's currently tied for 5th in the American League in strikeouts.
Struck out the side and gave up a 3-run bomb. Of course, a big moment there was when Travis Shaw was brushed by a pitch. And that is strike 3 called. 100 on the offering. He's retired 4, all via the K.
Yeah, right on the outside corner. He just got such a nice fluid delivery. Yeah, 6'1". Not as big as some of these Yankee pitchers that we've seen. We saw a couple of them yesterday, big boys. It's got one of those what they classify as a rubber arm. Just looks effortless for him, and it just explodes out of his hand. That can be very deceiving. You don't expect it to come out of his hand with such velocity, but it does.
Here's Orlando Arcia. 1 for 5 in last night's game. It's a significant contrast. Jordan Montgomery, last night's starter, not a hard thrower, deceptive, but quite a difference in velocity. Montgomery to Severino. By the way, Montgomery was optioned to AAA, Scranton Wilkes-Barre, after the game, as was Luis Sessa, who pitched a couple of innings last night. They brought up a couple of relievers, Ben Heller, Milwaukee-born Ben Heller, along with Jonathan Holder. So a couple of moves here in the last couple of days before the All-Star break for the Yankees.
And just a way for the Yankees to add another reliever to their bullpen. These guys have been worked pretty hard.
Yet another strikeout for Severino, secured by Sanchez. 2 up, 2 down.
And players got to be down at least 10 days when they get sent to the minor leagues, optioned down to the minor leagues. When you look at Saturday, Sunday, then 4 games for the All-Star break, and then he's going to probably be the 5th starter coming back. So he's really not going to miss any time.
Right. And you're right. While Craig Counsell's bullpen in pretty good shape, had to go to it last night. The rain delay, obviously a big factor, and leg contusion suffered by the starter Junior Guerra. There's a base hit for Jonathan Villar. String a few games where he can get a couple of hits in a ball game. Be huge for him.
Yeah, got to get him going, particularly from the right side. I mean, it'd be a nice combination to have Villar Sogard. Yeah, once Sogard comes back, he's eligible to come off the disabled list 2nd game after the All-Star break. Is Sogard, but you know that combination, he gets Villar swinging about right-handed, and then you have Sogard from the left side. That'd be pretty good for Craig Counsell.
It sure would. Everybody knows what Villar did last year. Terrific at getting on base. It's been a struggle for him in this first half, but it doesn't mean it has to stay that way. Brewers know full well what Villar is capable of doing at the plate. Here's Thames, who doubled in the first inning. And a throw over to first, gets away from Romine, and Villar to second. Keep an eye on Villar, but a poor throw, and now the Brewers with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, that's what he can do for you. He gets on base. I mean, he disrupts the defense. They're trying to be quick to pick him off, throw it away. Tough hop for Romine to handle. He caught last night.
This Yankees team still trying to find answers with their corner infielders. Ji-Man Choi was over at first last night. Greg Bird has been out for quite a while with an ankle injury. Can't quite figure out exactly what it is, but he has been unable to go. He was injured in spring training on a foul tip. Tried to play through it for a while. It's been a mystery for this Yankees club.
He's only played 19 games.
In the meantime, the Brewers getting tremendous production at first. Thames and Aguilar when called upon. Obviously Shaw primarily over at third. Historic month of April for Thames. He's had hot stretches and cold since. Put it all together, he has 23 homers.
I guess if you look at the body of work in the first half of the season, I think it looks pretty good, doesn't it? There's been some ups and downs, but you know, a lot of guys go through that. You know, good stretches, bad stretches, but bottom line is he's been pretty productive.
Yes, he has. You take those numbers. He had the monster numbers in Korea. The question was, how would that translate over here? And the answer has been pretty positive so far. There's a little chopper back to Severino. That'll wrap up the 2nd inning for the Brewers. We are left stranded. We are through an inning and a half. Game 2 of 3 in Yankee Stadium. Brewers the early lead.
a 3-0 lead here in the second at Yankee Stadium. Our scoops from the clubhouse brought to you by Car Soup. Talking with manager Craig Counsell, and still Jesus Aguilar's 7 RBI night on the 2 home runs, including his grand slam last night, deserved a lot more conversation this morning. And he said, you know, if he is a rookie, but it feels like an experienced at bat when he's up there. And he said a lot of that comes from his experience in Venezuela.
Well, a little pop-up into no man's land there. He had 4 Brewers, and Orlando Arcia tried to play it and could not. And Gregorius is aboard at second base.
And nobody covering second. I mean, that's got to be, you know, Eric Thames or Shaw getting over there. Both middle infielders are going after the baseball. Gregorius into second easily because nobody there. Not sure what happened there, whether it was the sun, might have been the sun that got in his eyes. They're going to give him an error. That's a tough error. He's never under that baseball.
Yeah, the 5 errors last night, they were all pretty easy calls to make. That one not so much.
That was a tough play. I mean, Keon Broxton not able to get there. Both infielders are converging at the same spot. Got a glove on it, but just couldn't hold on.
Here's Chase Headley. Rough night for Headley at the plate last night. Pretty rough start to his season. Comebacker, and now Suter has Gregorius hung up. Shaw with the flip to Arcia. The tag there, and over to first. The tag there. That's how not to run the bases. The Yankees having all kinds of trouble, and the Brewers make him pay.
Well, I have no idea what Gregorius is thinking there. I mean, that was a comebacker right from the beginning. I tell you, Joe Girardi's got to be just getting more irritated by the minute. Check this out. I mean, he just keeps going, and Brewers execute the rundown beautifully. And as it always is with Arcia, he's just not happy with 1 out, and he gets the double play. Amazing job by the Brewers on the rundown. And an amazing arm to get the out at first.
Look at Brent Suter jumping around. Here is Jacoby Ellsbury. Might be kind of risky, Sophia, but I'd like to give you a chance to complete that thought here with 2 outs in the second inning. You want to give it a whirl here? We had to interrupt you there a moment ago.
Try that again. So for Jesus Aguilar, he says there's a maturity in his at-bats that is impressive, considering he is just a rookie and made his first opening day roster. But he feels like a lot of that comes from his experience in Venezuela, playing for one of the premier teams in Caracas. He hits in the middle of the lineup there. He's one of the best players in the Venezuelan Winter League. So he says he has big game experience. He's used to being a productive player in that league. And so when that shows up here in his at-bats at the major league level, but he's comfortable, he thinks through it, he's committed to a plan, and certainly that maturity is coming up here with his production.
All right, thank you very much, Sophia. There's a fly ball off the bat of Ellsbury, and there's Keon Broxton. He'll squeeze it, and that completes an 8-pitch inning for Brent Suter, courtesy of some very poor Yankees base running. Brewers are just fine with it. They lead 3-0 through 2 at Yankee Stadium. 3-0, and we welcome to our broadcast Brewers principal owner Mark Ananasio. And Mark, before we talk about the Brewers specifically, I've got to think that coming into Yankee Stadium Saturday afternoon baseball in the summer has to bring back a memory or two for you, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't usually sit right behind the dugout like this. I used to sit out in the right field bleachers when I was a kid. That was the Yankee bullpen, but it's magical.
What's your first memory as a baseball fan, and I would assume it following the Yankees? You remember your very first memory that just made you in love with this game?
I remember I went opening day 1966, so now I'm dating myself. See what happens here.
There's a foul pop and a nice catch along the rail by Romine. Out number 1.
By the way, is the visual okay? I'm not.
It's awesome.
Okay,
We
good.
see it well.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, they said the cameraman was waving, but it's a big ballpark. Anyway, opening day 1966, the Yankees lost to the Tigers 2-1. Mel Stottlemyre pitched. I sat in the right field bleachers, and Al Downing sat with his feet up on the fence and waved to me.
There you go. And there's Travis Shaw with a base hit to right field as we visit with Brewers principal owner Mark Ananasio.
I think the last time we were here, Mark, you told a story about you and Debbie, your wife, had your first date here at Yankee Stadium. Is that right?
It was like the movie Diner, where the guy gives his fiance a quiz on the Baltimore Colts. Told me she was a Yankee fan and that she's one of 4 sisters, and she was the chosen one to go to the games with her dad and been to this game and that game. So I figured she'd know Mickey Mantle and Roger Maris. So I asked her about the later '60 Yankees, and I said, "Who was the left fielder?" And she said, "Roy White."
Wow. Wow.
I asked her who the second baseman was, and she said, "Horace Clark."
Yeah.
These are easy questions. So 30 years later.
Yeah. Well, you have to be delighted about the way your team has played all season long. You're sitting in first place 4.5 games, but the last 5 games have been absolutely miraculous. Your thoughts about how your guys are playing right now?
It's a young team that plays with a ton of energy. You can see it, by the way, on broadcast, right? You can see the way the guys in the dugout react when good things happen. And the point when we went down last night 4-2, and we get this huge rain delay, and said to folks in the. By the way, last night I saw Amber Sabathia in the Legends Club downstairs, and she's we're all very fond of the Sabathias. Oh, that's a nice pick.
Yeah, Chase Headley, there's the around the horn double play. That was
double play instead of a double. Anyway, I felt we'd come back, and we did last night.
If you want, Mark, your call. We can hang out. It's a quick inning. If you hang around, we can visit.
Stay on. You guys run the show. I'm just enjoying the sunshine of the game.
We will continue with Mark Ananasio as we move to the bottom of the 3rd. Stadium, bottom of the order here for New York. And as the Yankees bat, we continue our conversation with Mark Ananasio. Mark, you were saying about the way this team is playing and the energy, this young group, is maybe one of the more impressive aspects about this team. In spring training, it's a group of guys who probably didn't know each other very well at all, and how quickly they seem to have formed a pretty good chemistry. That can't be easy to do. Pretty impressive what you've seen in that regard.
You know, I think it was a little of both of those, actually. There were a group of guys who did know each other, and you know, the two guys who just made the play were newbies, Travis Shaw and Eric Thames, but we had a group of guys who did know each other and new guys who fit right in. And as I said from the first day of spring training, you could see there was really good chemistry here. And you can get good clubhouse guys, but that doesn't mean that they will mix, and this group of guys have mixed.
Hey, your thoughts on Craig Counsell and his coaching staff, the way they've been able to bring these young guys along, and it seems as though it's somebody different every night, you know, coming up with the big hit or coming up with a big pitch to win games. And a lot of that credit, I got to believe, has got to be the way Counsell has managed the roster and keeping everybody involved.
Well, it's how he's managed the roster. It's, you know, Craig was like the consummate big leaguer. You know, he and his coaching staff approach the game. So it's management and roster, direct communication. Everybody knows they're going to play. We know they're going to have a role. Everybody knows that run prevention was as much as run scoring. And frankly, most importantly, you see in our ability to bounce back after we have a couple or a few losses. You know, ability to just put that game behind you. Craig has preached that, you know, from the beginning, and you know, because these guys are young, we're training them the right way. They don't come in with bad habits.
Yeah, not only do they bounce back day to day, but it seems like, and yesterday's a good case. You know, we were joking around up here, you know, when they started to really play well after the rain delayed. Somebody went into that clubhouse and gave one of those big speeches, you know, like Jason Hayward did in Game 7. Was that you that gave that speech?
I don't know. The guys were probably just happy to get out of the rain. Those were pretty heavy raindrops last night.
It really was.
When it rains back east, it rains.
Yeah, but these guys don't seem like a group of players that need outside people to encourage them and get them to play hard. It seems like it comes naturally to them.
Look, everybody plays really hard, and I mean, you can see it. You can see how hard they run the bases, how, you know, and they play aggressively, you know. And one of the challenges Craig has had is to teach them how to be aggressive, but not be foolish.
And
right?
it seems too they're embracing, you know, where they are, and why wouldn't you? I know that you mentioned CC Sabathia. We're, you know, 9 years or in a day removed from the anniversary of that acquisition. Has to be fun and something you embrace. Just hearing speculation about what your ball club may or may not do in the weeks to the trade deadline. Caught a lot of people off guard, maybe with how this team's performing, but it's awfully fun to watch.
Might have caught the owner off guard. Anyway, it's great fun. It's great to be in the mix, and go Brewers.
Absolutely. Mark, thanks for your time. Enjoy the game.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. Brewers principal owner Mark Ananasio. Suter has faced the minimum through 3-0 Group. Favorite reporter, the king of nuggets of knowledge in baseball.
Paul Reiser, part of the ownership group of the Brewers.
Very good call.
Yeah.
Jesus Aguilar leading off the top half of the 4th inning. He singled in the first. Brewers already with 5 hits against Luis Severino, and this is into center field and run down by Ellsbury. Well, it's getting close to that time now. The can't miss events of the summer at South Beach. Baseball's biggest stars take the field for the MLB All-Star Game, Tuesday nights only on Fox. Corey Knebel will represent the Milwaukee Brewers. Always look forward to the Major League Baseball All-Star Game.
Yep, nothing on the line but bragging rights these days.
That's right. No home field advantage at stake. Just a good show. Craig Counsell used the word show this morning, meeting with reporters, and it's an enjoyable one to watch. There's Stephen Vogt, a 2-time All-Star. Had a couple of months of struggles with the Oakland A's. They let him go, and the Brewers pounced. Thought it was telling in one of the Bay Area stories about Vogt, and one of the writers said Vogt's departure hit the clubhouse hard in Oakland. That tells you something.
Yeah, he was a good presence in that clubhouse. Very productive, although not so much this year. Playing time sporadic. The A's had a young catcher that they wanted to develop in the major leagues, and he was the odd man out. Brewers the beneficiary of that decision.
As Eric Sogard said, their loss is our, meaning the Brewers, our gain. It certainly has been the case. The early return's awfully good for Vogt, although Severino strikeout machine, and he continues now. That's number 6 for the Yankees right-hander.
Yeah, he can bring it. He's got that good changeup. He's got strikeouts with every one of his pitches so far, all 3 of them.
It's the promise of that 3rd pitch that has Severino in the starting rotation, and it might be the best they have right now. Here's Keon Broxton.
Well, as far as stuff goes, I think everybody around this Yankee team would agree. Not too many have better stuff on their staff.
Broxton struck out looking his first trip. Area he continues to want to work on and cut back on those strikeouts. Playing very well in center field. Has proven the ability to get hot, and he gets brushed back right there.
Yeah, look out, but he started that bat. It's going to be a strike.
Sure it is. Yeah, he offered. 1-2 is the count. Two outs with the bases empty here in the top of the 4th. Keon settles back in. Trying to hang in there against Severino. Like many of his teammates, showing the power. Brewers with the most homers in the National League and second in the bigs, only to the Astros. 14 bombs for Broxton, and another strikeout unfortunately here. So a 1-2-3 inning for Severino. Well, Brent Suter struck out Aaron Judge looking the first time around. He hits second as we move to the bottom of the 4th. Suter has faced the minimum so far. The Wisconsin Lottery, reminding you to please play responsibly. And by Toyota, let's go places. Warm and hazy afternoon in New York City. Brewers and Brett Suter. The early 3-0 lead. Top of the order here for the Yankees. Brett Gardner along with Aaron Judge and Gary Sanchez. Only one Yankee has reached the first time through. That was D.D. Gregorius reaching on an error, and then the Yankees put on a clinic of how not to run the bases. Ran himself into an out. Did Gregorius, turned into a 1-5-6-3 double play.
And bad base running by Headley on the back end of that as well.
Gardner grounded out the Thames in the first inning. And you see Suter, he's ready to go, but now Gardner, you step away, try to disrupt that tempo. We'll see how Suter could fare through this Yankees order the second time around. So far, so good.
And third strikeout for Brett Suter. And the other thing, Stephen Vogt doing a pretty good job dropping down the sign, because Suter doesn't like to be standing out there shaking off. He goes right to the sign he wants. This is a pitch, fastball, top of the zone, and gets Gardner on strikes. Brett Gardner was up in that count 2-0.
Here's Judge. You can see he isn't stepping away. He's ready to go, as is Suter.
He just stands there. Look at him. He's ready to go now. He says, I'm not going to get caught. That's amazing, isn't it?
You just don't see that in today's baseball.
Now he's going to step out.
A little bit.
Maybe he knew he did that because he knew he was going to take.
Lost speed, 2 balls, 2 strikes. It was an 8-pitch at bat the first time around for Judge. Took a called third strike. Face him when the bases are empty. Cliche, but it really applies to the 30 home run hitting rookie. Here's the payoff.
And late on 88. It's all relative, right?
It is.
I mean, a lot of off-speed stuff. Struck him out on his best fastball, 89 miles an hour.
Battling him again in this second at bat. Again, the 3-2. Again, a foul ball.
Man, look at Judge now. I mean, he just fouled one off. He's ready. Look at him. It's awesome.
It's like growing up and going to the local batting cage.
He's just standing up there. He'd never get out of the batter's box. I'm going to be ready here. Same thing. Check him out. You ever see anything like it?
No, I have not. This is fun.
This is great. Yep. Come on, bring it on.
Another extended at bat. Again, the 3-2 and ball 4. Judge works him for a walk. It was a 10-pitch at bat.
That was entertaining.
That was. Entertaining as a walk can ever be.
Yeah, one guy saying, I'm going to get it and go. I'm not messing around. The other guy saying, come on, bring it on. I'm ready.
Among these stat categories Judge leads the league in would be walks. Had another one here.
Now, we were told that the first 3 pitches in that at bat to Judge took 22 seconds. That's 3 pitches.
That's quick. That's
3 pitches.
You're doing well to do that between
Right.
pitch 1 and pitch 2.
I mean, by what baseball would like you to do. I mean, you got to throw the baseball every 20 seconds, right?
Right.
You get the ball back 20 seconds, you got to get rid of it, let alone 3.
That 10-pitch at bat took 2 minutes 8 seconds, and that was a full count. Foul balls, obviously a 10-pitch at bat. Sometimes that can take twice that long, at least. 0-1 to Sanchez. Make it 0-2. Pace of play, a very hot topic, but this is not an issue here.
No. It's good.
2-strike pitch. And another strikeout for Brent Suter. That's 4 of them now for the left-hander.
And first pitch down and in, and a couple of pitches got Sanchez out of the strike zone. This one above the top portion of the strike zone, and he gets the strikeout. 89 miles an hour.
Go ahead.
That's about all he's got. 89.
Yeah, that's rearing back. Here's D.D. Gregorius. According to Fangraphs, the pace for Suter is 18.2 seconds between pitches. When I saw that, I thought, wow, I didn't know it was that long.
No.
Sometimes you can see it 14, 15, or less.
Well, that's the hitter slowing him down.
Yes. Gardner tried to do that a little bit to begin this inning. Suter, the 27-year-old. D. Gregorius, 27-year-old, who originally signed with the Reds 10 years ago.
Hey, Reds did pretty well for a shortstop. They got an all-star, Zach Cozart.
Right. 2 balls, 1 strike. Slider away. A couple of strikeouts for Suter in this inning. In between, a walk to Aaron Judge. Comebacker. And a very efficient pitcher, continuing to be every bit of that, as he is getting it done quickly and with a minimum of pitches. It's 3-0 Brewers through 4.
Yankee Stadium and Beyond the Diamond is a series of community outreach events that will take place each month during the season, all of which involve partnering with BCF, players, coaches, Brewers' wives, alumni, and team personnel working in the community. The community events will be funded in part by Brewers Community Foundation and focused on the areas of health, education, recreation, and basic needs. For more details, you can visit brewers.com/beyondthediamond.
Sophia, thank you very much. 5th inning here, 9-1-2. The Brewers batting order. Arcia, Villar, and Thames against Severino, who has 7 strikeouts through the first 4 innings. Big blow so far. A 3-run opposite field homer from Domingo Santana in the first inning. Two-strike pitch to the Brewers shortstop. That slider.
Yeah, we were told before the ball game that that third pitch that Severino's come up with, the changeup, learned from his idol Pedro Martinez. I mean, that's a pretty good guy to learn a changeup from.
Yes, it is. There's a bouncing ball to Gregorius. Yeah, if you're going to learn it, you could do a lot worse. One away.
Hey, there's another Free Shirt Friday coming up on July 14th, and because it's 1982 anniversary weekend in Miller Park, the Brewers are giving away a Paul Molitor replica jersey to the first 20,000 fans at the ballpark for their game against the Phillies. That's all compliments of Experience Fitness.
A sweet looking jersey. It's going to be a special weekend at Miller Park. There's Jonathan VR. Singled to right in the second inning. Reached a couple of times last night, a single and a walk. Puts this one into left center field. That's Clint Frazier at the edge of the track. Had a little carry to it. 2 away.
Well, it sounded like that was going to be a routine fly ball to the left. It just carried almost to the track. What kind of wind we got today?
It's kind of kicking out that way, it looks like.
Yeah, it is. And Frazier able to grab it right in front of the warning track.
Here's Thames. Doubled and scored in the first inning. Comebacker to Severino an inning later at the plate, presented by Wendy's. The 1-for-2 start to this Saturday afternoon for the Brewers first baseman. 23 homers. He has driven in 43. Severino settling in after that first inning. He has retired 9 of his last 10. He has bottled up the bottom half, or the bottom third rather, of the Brewers batting order.
And Thames has done a lot of damage with 2 strikes. He's got more home runs than anybody in the big leagues with 2 strikes.
So fly ball hit out to Jacoby Ellsbury.
Almost again. Has 12 of them.
9-pitch inning for Luis Severino. Halfway through, Brewers lead 3-0. Anniversary return to the Mecca game this fall with our 43-game Super Pass. Visit foxsportswisconsin.com/upcoming events for details. That is going to be a lot of fun. Bring back a lot of memories for Bucs fans. Game at the Mecca. Brent Suter in the 4th inning Needed 23 pitches and 5.5 minutes. Keeping track of such things. Working quickly. We'll face Chase Headley here in the bottom half of the 5th. Yankees still without a hits through the first 4. Gregorius reached on an error in the 2nd inning. Judge walked in the 4th. Suter coming off a 6-inning 4-hit performance against the Orioles. The 1 run was unearned. There's Thames wide of the bag. And there's out number 1.
Another instance where Suter fell behind 2-0, able to get it out. Working quickly and keeping these Yankees off balance in a big way. They're ahead of the breaking stuff, behind the fastball.
Made no secret how excited he is to pitch at Yankee Stadium. You had a chance to catch his comments. Sophia Minert had a conversation with Brent Suter, family and friends in attendance. He knows what it means to be here on this stage. Ellsbury pops this one up, and it'll be Braun in shallow left for out number 2.
In the words of Joe Garagiola, one of my favorite broadcasters, Suter pitches like he's double parked here in New York.
That's right.
I used to love to hear that.
Oh, he was so much fun to listen to.
Yeah.
The old game of the weekdays. Here's Clint Frazier.
Of course, double parking here is pretty common.
Yeah, it's just another day. Clint Frazier grounded to Travis Shaw in the 3rd inning. And down 2 strikes and nothing here in the 5th. The 0-2.
Remember those days, Joe Garagiola, Tony Kubek, game of the week?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you look forward to those games on Saturday.
He did. Back in those days, that was a rare chance to see teams you would have no chance of seeing. And there's the first hit of the afternoon for the Yankees, and it comes from the rookie Clint Frazier.
Yep, on an 0-2 pitch. Oh, 0-2. He missed his spot with it, and Frazier able to put it, in that vacated area with the shift.
Trying to make that hit a harmless one, as he will face Austin Romine. Frazier, the 3rd base runner. Mentioned the Judge walk and Gregorius reaching on an error. Romine flied out in the 3rd inning. Playing first today for the Yankees. Aaron Judge stayed in there the whole time, but you'll see other hitters step out, just trying to disrupt tempo a little bit if possible.
And just trying to make sure that the pace of play is to their liking. Stephen Vogt making sure they're in the box, they're ready to go, not to quick pitch anybody.
The 1-2 got him swinging, and that was a harmless single. Broke up the no-hitter, but the shutout intact, and Suter looking good through 5. He has struck out 5. He and the crew leading 3-0. lead the Yankees 3-0. Before the first swing, make your picks for the T-Mobile Home Run Derby Bracket Challenge. With a little luck, you and 3 friends may be going to the 2017 World Series thanks to T-Mobile. Make your picks at MLB.com/bracket challenge. Ryan Braun leading off against Luis Severino.
It's only a couple of days away, that home run derby.
That's right. A couple of Yankees will be involved. Ron, Shaw, and Santana here in inning number 6. Ryan still trying to extend that hitting streak, which is at 9 games. He struck out and popped up so far today. 2-strike pitch. And that's a rope that is snagged by Headley.
Yeah, waited back on a slider, and Ryan hit it hard, but nothing to show for it. And check it out, you know, breaking pitch down and in, and Ryan turns on it. Headley able to snap it up.
Here's Travis Shaw. Shaw involved in a significant moment in this game in the first inning. He was hit by a pitch, just brushed by it. The Yankees challenged it. The call stood. Maybe brushed his jersey, maybe not. There wasn't enough evidence to overturn it. And that was huge because the next hitter, Domingo Santana, hit the 3-run homer, and that is the scoring so far.
Yeah, too close to call, and because of that lost challenge by the Yankees, they don't have any. Of course, after the 7th inning, you can entice the umpires to do it.
Another strikeout there, and Shaw knew it. 2 men out.
8 punch outs. If my math is correct.
You are correct. 2 outs with the bases empty for Domingo Santana. Going the other way, but out of play as we check out the Powerball home run leaderboard. Santana with his 15th this afternoon, coming in the first inning. Eric Thames continues to lead the way, followed by Travis Shaw. Keon Broxton in that mix, but you see a half a dozen Brewers with at least 10 home runs prior to the All-Star break.
And Aguilar has 9.
There's 2 last night. Huge slam in the 7th inning that gave the Brewers the lead for good. I mentioned the 8 strikeouts for Severino. He's averaging 10.3 per 9 innings. It's up a couple from a year ago. It was a tough year for him, but as we mentioned, late in the year, he got some things straightened out of the bullpen. His debut season in the bigs was in 2015. Put up good numbers, 289 earned run average. You can see the strikeout leaders in the American League, strikeouts per 9.
Yeah, a lot of his numbers are pretty impressive. I mean, far fewer hits than innings pitched. That's always a good barometer of how a guy's throwing the baseball. Coming in 86 hits in 99 2/3 innings. Excellent.
Full count to Santana. Aguilar on deck. Aguilar will get a chance. A 2-out walk to Domingo. There's a single today. Got it done in a big way last night. The franchise record tying 7 RBI night. His hit today came. His hit today come with 2 strikes. I was about to say that. That was his big storyline last night. It was for the team.
I do not recall.
It was 1 strike. I am corrected. homers, and with these 7 RBIs, you see that RBI total up to 34. Check out that OPS. That will get your attention.
Yeah.
Go back to last night. Just an opposite field homer that was off of Jordan Montgomery. That was his 8th of the year, and then Powerball home run count 9 on the year for Aguilar.
Impressive power, center field and to right field. Both of those pitches that he hit out, look like, most guys might try and pull middle in and pulling the hands in, and he is certainly plenty strong enough to hit him out to the opposite field.
Yankees took a chance. Intentional walk to Travis Shaw to load the bases for Aguilar, and that chance blew up on the Yankees bullpen and Tyler Clippard specifically.
I think if Joe Girardi had it to do over again, he'd do the same thing.
Yep. It was a veteran-like at bat for Aguilar. A series of them last night. Three balls and a strike to Aguilar.
Now let's see what Severino does here. Does he go with the slider, or does he try to go right after him with a fastball? Stephen Vogt on deck.
He has shown he can get it up there at triple digits. Seen that multiple times this afternoon. Say last year Severino at times struggled with his fastball command. As you can see, and Rock has mentioned it, his stuff is awfully impressive, but he just issues 2 out back-to-back walks, first to Santana and now to Jesus Aguilar.
Yeah, he tried to throw a slider. He got a slider, but missed with it. Yeah, good take right there by Jesus Aguilar, who, as you mentioned, just looks more and more comfortable at the plate every day.
The Yankees bullpen is quiet, but Joe Girardi out there to chat with his pitcher. And he needs his pitcher to give him extended work.
Well, they added a couple of relievers today. They sent down a starter and a reliever. So they have 9 in their bullpen today.
Yeah, both of those called up, Ben Heller and Jonathan Holder. They have been up before. Heller's second stint, likewise Holder. Now here's Stephen Vogt. It's a couple of career hits against Severino, and there you see the day Severino. 20 first pitch strikes, the 24 hitters he has faced. Make it 21 out of 25.
And you can't hit that pitch. 98 right at the knees on the corner.
Seven, 8, and 9 hitters are 0 for 6 today with 5 strikeouts. Vote the 2-homer game against the Marlins in his Miller Park debut. His 4th start behind the plate as a Brewer.
And he has proven to be a good low ball hitter.
1-1 pitch. Popped up. Gregorius will battle the sun. And that'll do it for the Brewers in inning number 6. They strand a pair. They still lead the Yankees 3-0. Yeah, well said, Jeff. And that all across baseball. Even the Yankees, back when Francona was with the Red Sox, the rivalry and all that, but they too extending their best wishes as Ronald Torreyes leading off here in the 6th with a ground ball to Arcia for out number 1 as Brent Suter continues to roll merrily along. For more on today's starting pitcher, let's check in again with Sophia.
Thanks, Matt. And talking to Suter yesterday, he admitted it has sure been a crazy season. Did not make the team coming out of spring training, but he's already in his 5th stint here with the crew. His first start, remember, he was brought up as the 26th man for that doubleheader in St. Louis. Had to make that spot start when Woodruff was scratched for what would have been his major league debut. On Monday, he made his first start at Miller Park, and he said now it's incredible that he gets this opportunity to start here at Yankee Stadium. He said, as a kid growing up playing baseball, who doesn't dream of a moment like this, playing at one of the, a historic franchise, a historic stadium. So he said certainly the challenge here is navigating the lineup, but he just continues to say over and over, no matter the role, he's grateful for the opportunity and just tries to be present and focus on whatever role he's asked to do here for this club.
Boy, it's cool to watch. He's navigating the lineup and navigating his emotions, the excitement of being here. He has allowed just 1 hit. It was a 2-out single in the 5th to Clint Frazier, and Brett Gardner pops this one up. Calling for it is VR. 2 men out.
It's been a while since Brett Suter's given up an earned run. It's been amazing.
He has been terrific. When he made his debut last year in August against the Mariners, he was the first Brewer lefty starter since Tom Gorzolani. Late August of 2013, that covered a span of 474 games, so it figures that this effort by Suter brings up the memory of the last Brewer lefty to work 11+ consecutive without giving up an earned run was in fact Gorzolani. 15 consecutive scoreless or innings without allowing an earned run. Aaron Judge will drop a single into right.
Right off the end of the bat, but Judge able to muscle one out there to right field. And both of the hits coming today have come with 2 outs and nobody on base. A little change up right off the end of the bat, but Aaron Judge able to keep that bat in the hitting zone long enough to dump it into right field.
3 pitches, 15 seconds. Keeping time. Here's Gary Sanchez. First pitch, hacking. Sends it in the air for VR. And that will do it. And what an effort going on today at Yankee Stadium by Brent Suter. Keeps the Yankees off the board. Baseball on Fox Sports Wisconsin is brought to you by Miller Lite, the original light beer. Times Square, New York City, and that's real time. They're moving that fast here on a Saturday afternoon. Never quiet here, thus the city that never sleeps. A lot going on, including some red-hot Brewers baseball. Hernan Perez not in the lineup today, but he is watching his team lead the Yankees 3-0 as we move to the top of the 7th. Very impressive pitching matchup today. The Brewers with 5 hits, the Yankees just a couple. Domingo Santana, 3-run homer in the first inning. That has been the scoring.
Yeah, 5 hits for the Brewers, 3 of them coming in the first.
Thames double, a Santana homer, and an Aguilar single. Last Brewers hit was Travis Shaw in the 3rd inning. Bullpen activity now. That's Chad Green getting loose for the Yankees. Another strikeout for Keon Broxton. That's 3 of them today.
Hey, it doesn't have an actual diamond in it, but the replica ring the Brewers are giving away on July 16th is a pretty sweet piece of jewelry. The Brewers host the Phillies next Sunday at 1 o'clock, and all fans in attendance will get a 1982 AL Champions replica ring. That's courtesy of Chevrolet.
You got to jump on that. That is an impressive looking ring. Here's Arcia, a little tapper back to Severino. 2 men out. Gotta get that ring and wear it.
Yeah.
Don't be shy.
Nice and heavy. Quality item.
Yes, sir. A special weekend as the Brewers celebrate the 1982 pennant winners, as the Phillies come to Miller Park. Here's VR, 2nd inning single, in between a strikeout and a fly to left. Severino still bringing it.
Yeah, Severino's still in the game because of the American League. The designated hitter, the number 9 spot, led off the 6th. Got to believe, National League game, he'd have got pinch hit for.
Yeah.
So a lot easier for pitchers to stick around longer in close games in the American League because of that.
You would think Girardi would need extended work, even though there are 2 call-ups to that Yankees bullpen. That has been a beleaguered bunch here of late, and this Yankee Stadium crowd will let you know it. Tyler Clippard and company hearing it last night.
It still has pretty good velocity. That last one at 100.
1-2 to VR. Reaches out, and Headley can't get this one. A base hit. Well, there's the 2nd hit of the day for Jonathan VR. That's an encouraging sign.
Yeah, that's a nice piece of hitting on a slider up. And breaking ball, and up and away, and he just slaps it into left field. Good piece of hitting. Yeah, good speed on the bases from Milwaukee.
Well, let's see if Eric Thames can put a charge into one. Doubled in the 1st, comebacker in the 2nd, fly to center in the 5th. Wrapping up a very good first half. We'll say first half. Technically, of course, the Brewers in the 2nd half of their schedule, but pre-All-Star break. OPS of 942 for Thames. VR with 16 steals on the year. Home runs in April, franchise record. Scored 28 times, that too a franchise record for April.
Hey, might see him take off now. A 1-2 count. See if he goes change up, maybe slider down in the dirt.
Example of how Severino settled in after that first inning.
Yeah, 6th inning, 20 pitches. That was the inning where he walked 2 consecutive batters.
After retiring the first 2 and then got Vogt on a pop-up. So let's in fact see if VR will be on the move. A ball, 2 strikes to Thames. VR holds and he'll advance anyway, and a wild one. It's by Sanchez, and the Brewers have a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, that's not even close. Boy. Man, not sure what it was. That slider?
I think so.
On it, but that's not even close, and the Brewers base hit away from extending their lead.
Sanchez out there. This is a big at bat. Nice opportunity here for Thames. See what the Brewers have done. The one hit, of course, the home run from Santana in the first. 2-2 the count to Thames. Ryan Braun waits on deck. Here comes the 2-2. Got him swinging. 10 strikeouts now for Luis Severino as the Brewers leave a runner stranded at second. Stretch time, and the Brewers still leading 3-0. The offense, as you see, coming right out of the gates once again for the Brew Crew. Eric Thames with this double in right field, and then it's a big moment here. Ruled hit by a pitch was Travis Shaw. The Yankees challenged it. The call stood, and it was big with Domingo Santana going the other way. And that is your scoring to this point on this Saturday afternoon for the first place Milwaukee Brewers. And if you're wondering how many times that has happened at the All-Star break, there you go. Just 3 years ago they were, in a couple of postseason years, including the World Series season of '82 and the NLCS season of 2011.
Yeah, game number 90 here today for the Brewers. They continue to play. I would say they're playing their best baseball right now. And Brett Suter pitching as well as he has ever, and maybe even in the minor leagues. I mean, he has been dominant in his last 2 starts.
It's been tremendous today. 84 pitches, as you see. The Yankees hits coming from Clint Frazier in the 5th and Aaron Judge in the 6th. Both, as it turned out, harmless singles. They face the 4, 5, and 6 hitters in the Yankees order: Didi Gregorius, Chase Headley, and Jacoby Ellsbury. Gregorius reached on an error in the 2nd inning and then hit a comebacker to Suter in the 4th. Suter quickly ahead in the count, and the word quickly applies just about everything Suter does. There's a liner in the left. Braun lines it up. 1 out.
Had him played perfectly, had him shaded a little bit toward the line and not very deep. Brawny gets a good jump on his baseball, doesn't have that far to go, and able to make the catch easily in fair territory.
Fans want the souvenir. Brawny says we'll hit you back a little bit later. Here's Chase Headley. Get into a double play. Poor base running, the main culprit there, and this is lifted into center. Broxton going back, and he can't get this one. It'll bounce over the wall for a ground rule double. First extra base hit of the day for the Yankees.
And the first time they've had a man at second base since the 2nd inning. Not a bad pitch. Headley goes down and gets it. Broxton gets a late break on it. He kind of froze and goes back. And 1 hops the wall. Didn't get a very good jump. My ball really jumps out of here, doesn't it?
Sure
really
does.
Carries well to all fields, particularly when you start getting it, you know, to the right field line side of center field.
Little activity now in the Brewers bullpen. Here's Jacoby Ellsbury. A couple of fly balls, 1 to center, 1 to left. It's been his day so far. A 1-0. Brewers pitchers here lately have been very effective. When opposing teams have runners in scoring position. There's Jared Hughes getting loose. Opponents just 2 of their last 31 runners in scoring position, and that man may be 3 for 32. A base hit to center. Stop sign is up for Headley. Now the Yankees will bring the tying run to the plates with 1 out.
Now pitch count just over 90 for Brent Suter. Wonder how long Counsell is going to stick with Suter. He has pitched so well, starting to get a little bit too much of the plate. And 3rd time through, Yankees getting better swings off of him.
Derek Johnson, the pitching coach, have a chat as Hughes continues to warm up. You see that pitch count. If you're wondering, Suter's career high is 97, which was in his last outing against the Orioles on Monday.
Now tying run at the plate, so Brent Suter can use a ground ball. It's been mostly fly ball outs, strikeouts for Suter today. Most of the fly ball outs have been pop-ups. Not what you would classify as a ground ball pitcher.
No. Has 4 of them right now through 6 1/3. 1 coming from Frazier, a grounder to Shaw in the 3rd inning. The first hit of the day for the Yankees. Suter went 4 2/3 before Frazier singled to right. Things starting to stir here at Yankee Stadium. Very good pitching matchup. Contrast in styles. Brent Suter and Luis Severino. Frazier, the rookie, debuted last weekend in Houston. Homered in his debut. And that pickoff attempt gets away from Thames. A run will score. Ellsbury's going to motor to third. And the plot thickens.
Well, just trying to keep him close at first base. Ellsbury not nearly the base stealer that he used to be. He's only got 9. Not even close, and Thames not able to knock it down, run in, and Ellsbury ends up at third base.
The Yankees get their first run of the afternoon. Ellsbury 90 feet away from making it a 1-run game. Good tester here for young Brent Suter. There's a fly ball hit back into left field, and this game it's in play off the wall. A run will score. On his way to third is Frazier with a triple.
Now just trying to get a little bit too much out of Brent Suter. Yankees making real good contact. Now the tying run at third base. I gotta believe it's Jared Hughes time right now. Maybe one hitter too late for Craig Counsell. Pounds that one off the bottom of the fence. A triple. That didn't take long.
Well, it turned in a hurry, so now Jared Hughes will be called upon with the tying run at third. And 1 out in the 7th inning. A good afternoon. Tough ending for Suter, but he pitched well. And now it's Hughes' turn in the Bronx. But it turned in a hurry on Brent Suter here in this 7th inning as the Yankees have made it a 1-run game. A very impressive line, as you see, 6 1/3, responsible for Clint Frazier, who's the runner at third base.
Well, outstanding work through 6 innings, but I think these Yankees, third time through, starting to swing the bat much better. Really commanding the strike zone very well, getting the Yankees to chase. You're talking about a guy that has not hit 90 miles an hour today. Yeah, good work. I think you know, the 3 hits here in the 7th inning all hit pretty well. And now it's Jared Hughes to try to get the Brewers out of this mess and maintain the lead.
Came through last night out of the bullpen. There's the tying run and a pinch hitter at the plates, and G-Man Choi infield in, and a hot shot to right to VR. And Frazier has to hold at third. There are 2 men out.
Yeah, that's why you bring in Jared Hughes to get your ground balls. First pitch, he gets his ground ball right at VR. I mean, could he be positioned any better than that? I mean, standing right there and gets the out.
Perfect. Exactly what the Brewers needed to have happen. Now Ronald Torreyes at the plate. He twice has grounded to Orlando Arcia. Strike from Hughes. Hughes trying to cool off the Yankees. They've scored twice here in this 7th inning. Trying to preserve the lead. One pitch. Hughes has been outstanding, especially of late for the Crew. 0.63 ERA over his last 15 appearances. Trying to leave a runner stranded at third here in the 7th.
Yeah, 2/3 scoreless in yesterday's ball game.
There you go.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yes, it is. Trying to put away the 24-year-old Ronald Torreyes. Again, the 1-2. In the air, shallow right. VR. Inning over. Oh, that's big time work by Jared Hughes. A sigh of relief from Brent Suter. Job well done. 1-run game.
The All-Star break, and you're going to want to get to the ballpark early next Saturday to catch all the pregame festivities, including free autograph sessions with members of the 1982 squad, plus a special on-field reunion ceremony. Go to Brewers.com for details.
Well, terrific work by Jared Hughes as the Yankees strand Clint Frazier at third. Hughes was able to retire G-Man Choi and Ronald Torreyes. New pitcher here for the Yankees. They're going to go with Dellin Betances on in relief of Luis Severino. Betances has been scuffling a bit of late, but overall he's been pretty good, as you see.
Yeah, he's a former closer. Now they got to roll this Chapman back. But Betances, outstanding work, throws hard. 51 punch-outs in just a little over 27 innings of work as G-Man Choi takes over at first.
Another hard thrower. Betances, 4 straight years an All-Star. Braun, Shaw, and Santana here for the Brewers in the 8th.
Kansas with 6 saves this year. Notice Chapman spent some time on the disabled list.
Shoulder problem, out about a month. Still wonder if he's really quite right. Braun, nice diving stop by Choi. As Braun has another one taken away. A screamer to Headley, and now a ground ball there for out number 1.
He could have 2 hits easily. Line drive to third, it was caught, and that's a heck of a play by Choi. And Braun getting back to the dugout a bit gingerly. He was kind of hobbling after he got by first base.
That was a slow return to the dugout. He's dealt with the calf issue considerably here in this first half of the season. There's Travis Shaw. Keep our eye on Brawny here moving forward. I mentioned Betances has been scuffling up until that at bat. Now including the Braun at bat, Betances has walked 11 of the last 23 hitters he's faced. And he's on. He is seriously good. Say Shaw offered up. And that is strike 3 and out number 2 in the 8th inning. Look at what Betances has done lately. You see how good he was early. Turned quickly trying to figure it out.
They have 4 walks, 10 strikeouts last 4 games.
They'll face Domingo Santana. Betances went through a not very friendly arbitration process with the Yankees. He lost it. He wanted 5. The Yankees offered 3, and the Yankees won the case. And got a little testy afterwards, but that was then. They're moving forward.
It's hard to live on $3 million a year.
It's tough, yeah. He's getting by. That's when you know you have a good line of work. You lose your arbitration case, you're making $3 million.
Yeah.
Betances is trying to make quick work of the Brewers here. He has needed a lot of pitches lately, has Betances. The 1-2.
Just missed the top of the strike zone with that one.
Faces the hitter who has been responsible for the 3 Brewers runs. A 3-run blast in the first from Santana. Betances last year ended up getting 12 saves after the Miller trade. And a swing and a miss there. That was a nasty slider in a 1-2-3 inning for Dellin Betances. 2 strikeouts along the way. Brewers up 1 in the 8th. Jeff, in this 8th inning, top of the order, Brett Gardner, Aaron Judge, and Gary Sanchez, and that's the group that will face Jacob Barnes.
Yeah, great numbers for Barnes. He has been throwing the baseball extremely well. 42nd appearance, 372 earned run average. Jacob pitched last night, tossed a scoreless inning. Scored upon in his last 5 outings.
Gardner hitless in 3 trips. Ground ball, a strikeout, and a pop up to second. Well, Hernan Perez now in there in left field. I mentioned that Ryan Braun didn't look good. It took him a while to return to the dugout after being robbed of a hit the top half of this inning.
Yeah, I don't expect that Craig Counsell would take Braun out in this situation. 1-run lead in the 8th inning, unless there was something going on with him.
After a stretch of games that Counsell's team has won pretty handily, we're back to the norm of tight games. So many in this first half of the season for the Brewers. He's getting to Brent Suter for 2 runs in the 8th, but Jared Hughes left the tying run stranded at third. Taking care of the bottom of the order, and there is a blow by fastball for out number 1.
Now the Brewers are right where they want to be with a 1-run lead. You've got Barnes in the 8th and April in the 9th, and that has been a winning combination for the most part. And the big fastball out of the strike zone gets Gardner. 97.
High fastball, always tempting and always hard to hit. Here is Aaron Judge.
Yeah, Barnes got Judge to end the game last night on a ground ball to third.
Strike to Judge. He singled to right in the 6th inning. He's also walked. He struck out looking in the 1st. Does catch in the bottom of the zone, according to Fox Tracks. .30 homers. He has driven in 66. League leader in a number of categories is Aaron Judge. The 1-1. That's in there. He is bringing it.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to hit that pitch out of the ballpark. 2 pitches perfectly placed down and away.
See, it's a pretty good pitch in this afternoon. Starters Brent Suter, Luis Severino. The 1-2.
He can fill up that batter's box.
6'7", 282 pounds.
From back to front.
Multi-sport star athlete in high school. Terrific basketball player and football player. Who both thought that was strike 3, but no dice.
Up down in the zone. That's a good take by Judge. Boy, he's comfortable up there in the box.
He stays in there. We watched him do that with Suter, and he is doing it with Jacob Barnes. Full count, 1 out in a 1-run game in the 8th. Payoff pitch. He struck him out looking. Wow, what work by Barnes, dotting the corner.
I'll tell you, those 3 strikes, those clusters of 3 pitches for strikes to Judge. I mean, you can't walk him across any better than that. I mean, right on the edge. Check it out. That is just perfect location, big velocity, and gets his man.
My goodness. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jacob Barnes here in the 8th. And here's Gary Sanchez. Couple of strikeouts and a pop-up for the Yankees catcher today.
No mistakes. Got big power.
13 home runs this season after hitting 20 in 53 games a year ago. Yankees 2 runs on 5 hits, 3 runs on 6 for the Brewers. A ball, a strike. 40,000 plus on a warm and humid Saturday afternoon. Being entertained to a good one. 1-1.
Struggling with that cutter today. It's always good when you're struggling with your secondary pitch so you can throw one at 98 on the corner. Yeah, your fastball.
Yeah, he was painting it, or has been here in this inning. 2 balls, 1 strike to Gary Sanchez. There's a ground ball to Arcia. He'll snap it up. And Jacob Barnes, there's the tag applied. Jacob Barnes works a 1-2-3 inning. 2 strikeouts, a ground ball for the Brewers setup man. Brewers lead 3-2 through 8. Wisconsin, presented by Potawatomi Hotel and Casino. Let the games begin. Good ball game going on this afternoon in the Bronx as we move to the 9th inning. 3-2 Brew Crew, and you thought you saw the last of them as a Brewer fan? Nope. The flamethrower is back. Here's Aroldis Chapman.
Yeah, one series, I think you can get by with just once. Not like you have to deal with him all the time when he was with Cincinnati and the Cubs, but he had a 386 earned run average, a little bit high for him. Strikeouts pretty much the same. He spent some time on the disabled list. Kind of surprising, the opponent batting average, Matty, 253.
Yeah, that's up. That is up. That shoulder issue kept him out a little more than a month. Still wondering if he is all the way back. We have your good old-fashioned big on big here to start the 9th inning as Chapman will face Jesus Aguilar. So far so good again for that Brewers bullpen. What Hughes did in the 7th, and Jacob Barnes a 1-2-3-8 with 2 strikeouts along the way, including Aaron Judge. Alan Betances had a clean 8th inning for the Yankees, a couple of strikeouts. And right away at 100, Aroldis Chapman says hello.
And just getting loose. Yes, Chapman with the fastball. He'll two-seam it once in a while, turn it over, slider.
forever to his credit as Aguilar offered up, says Larry Vanover, after Chapman was touched up in Game 7 against the Indians. The Indians had everything going their way, but in the 9th inning, Chapman took care of business. The rain delay occurred. There wasn't much left in the tank, or it didn't appear to be, but he fought through it. And it was a big factor in the Cubs winning the World Series championship.
Yeah, in the World Series, it was basically the starters and Chapman. That was about all Joe Madden used.
His arm will be dragging at the end of that series. 1-2 the count to Aguilar. And there it is, strikeout number 1. Got him a breaking ball, 1 away here in the 9th.
Hey, today's time of the game winner, Stooges Sports Bar in Beaver Dam. If they call the Brewers by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, Stooges will get 40 tickets to a Friday night game in the Miller Lite Beer Pen. This offer courtesy of the Tavern League of Wisconsin and Miller Lite.
Stooges Sports Bar.
Love it.
I mean, really, who doesn't like the Three Stooges?
I'm a big fan.
Oh, absolutely. Manny Pena will pinch hit for Stephen Vogt.
A couple of things here. I think that Craig Counsell wants a right-handed bat, of course, against Chapman, but I think you tighten up the defense with Pena behind home plate. At least you control the running game a little bit more with Pena behind home plate.
It's unfolding right here in a tight game for Counsell. Barnes worked the 8th. Knabel's getting ready for the 9th. One strike pitch to Pena.
And Brewers have 1 left on their bench. That's Yadiel Rivera.
Remember, Rivera called up on Thursday. Eric Sogard on the 10-day disabled list with the ankle issue. Sogard would be eligible to come off a week from today. 101 from Chapman. Fangraph says Chapman averaging 99.7. The fastball. He has had seasons where he has averaged triple digits. Right on the edge of it now. Here's the 1-2. And they say Pena held up. A pitch that sailed to the backstop. Weekend before the All-Star break. Brewers trying to get win number 50 here this afternoon. Two and two the count. A terrific first half of the season for Pena. 6 homers. He's driven in 28. Picking off runners with some regularity here in these first few months of the season.
And really, you know, the other side of it is he's really done a good job calling a game. Getting pitchers through games, understanding game situations, has been very athletic as well.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Trying to hang in there against the flamethrower. That at 101. The only runs for the Brewers coming in the first inning. A Domingo Santana 3-run shot opposite field. Severino and Betances hanging zeros ever since. Chapman trying to do the same here in the 9th. The 2-2. Got him swinging. Slider taking care of Pena. 2 up, 2 down here in inning number 9. Let's check out what's on tap, presented by Miller Lite. This is a potentially very fun matchup tomorrow. Jimmy Nelson, who has been terrific here, as you see, with that ERA, really outstanding lately, against Masahiro Tanaka. The split-fingered offerings from Tanaka. Brewers saw him 3 years ago at Miller Park. We'll get our coverage started tomorrow at 11:30 here on Fox Sports Wisconsin.
Right, Jimmy's been good.
He has strikeouts, not walking anybody.
Pitching deep into games. Nice season so far for him.
Yeah, didn't make the All-Star team, but certainly worthy of making it with the effort he has put forth so far. And he gets one more pre-All-Star break opportunity tomorrow afternoon. Be a very interesting matchup. Tanaka's been pitching better of late for New York. Been a tough afternoon at the office for Broxton. 3 at-bats, 3 strikeouts.
Man, looking for a mistake. Maybe leave that slider up in the strike zone and see if he can connect on one.
2-1. Rearing back and letting it fly is Chapman. He does have a hit against him. He's faced him twice. Sample size is all small except for Braun. Braun out of the game, by the way. And on Perez out in left field now. A full count for the center fielder. Chapman with strikeouts of Aguilar and Pena. 3-2 against Keon Broxton. And he strikes out the side. Oh, he is still filthy. Aroldis Chapman, that shoulder issue may be in the past. Here comes the Brewers All-Star, Corey Knebel, looking to nail this one down. He has been stellar, and he gets another chance with the Brewers up a run. Corey Knebel, all-star worthy. Very deserving, the 9th closer in Brewers history to earn a trip to the Midsummer Classic. Check it out. 71 strikeouts. He has that strikeout streak going. Trying to keep that intact, and more importantly, trying to keep this lead intact. A 3-2 ball game. Brewers lead the Yankees as we head to the bottom of the 9th.
Yeah, pitched on Wednesday against the Orioles, and the Brewers 4-0 win. They gave up a couple of hits, but struck out the side. Knebel has got the middle of this Yankees order coming up.
He will face D.D. Gregorius, Chase Headley, and Jacoby Ellsbury. He has converted his last 9 save opportunities as Corey Knebel. At least 1 strikeout in each of his 41 appearances. Here we go, bottom of the 9th in a 1-run game. Every Yankee hitter will be facing Knebel for the first time. The 2 in the roster on the 40-man are both on the DL. Starlin Castro and Aaron Hicks. Those are the only current Yankees who have had at-bats against Knebel, and both are hurt.
Well, Corey's found himself down in the count 2-0.
And here is the 2-0. Official word on Ryan Braun, left calf tightness.
Not good.
A 3-0 pitch. And a 4-pitch walk here to begin the 9th inning. Brewers led 3-0. The Yankees put 2 on the board in the 7th off Brent Suter. Garrett Hughes and Jacob Barnes were clean in their work. Hughes the final 2/3 of that inning, and then Barnes worked the 8th. A 1-2-3-8. Here is Chase Headley. Represents the winning run. He has homered 4 times this season.
A matter of Corey being able to get that curveball over. Gregorius at first, not a base stealer. He's 2 for 3 so far this year. Doesn't run that much.
Headley with a hit today, but he is just 6 out of his last 37. Here's the 0-1. When he's on, that fastball and power curve combo is as good as it gets. He'll buckle your knees. There's the tying run. D.D. Gregorius. The ball, a strike to Headley. Make it 1-2.
Yep, 99 with the fastball in on his hands. Yeah, it hadn't been a whole lot going on for Knebel. The Brewers have been winning games rather easily as of late. 21 pitches on Wednesday.
Against the Orioles at Miller Park. Ahead in the count, 1-2 to Chase Headley. Keep him close, and if he can't get a punch out, see if he can get a ground ball. Headley has grounded into 5 double plays this year. Been a while, but it's a little bit of a return to the norm for the Brewers. A tight one.
Yeah. Well, they should be used to it.
That's right. A little breather for the better part of a week. Here's the 2-2. Just hit 100 with that offering to Headley.
Yeah, that's the one thing good about having some layoff. You have the big velocity. The downside of it, you don't really command the off speed all that well. Corey has not thrown a curveball for a strike.
Still 2-2 to the Yankees' third baseman. Here it comes. Curveball, got him, and there is out number 1 in the 9th.
Yeah, beauty too. It's exactly where you want it. Doesn't have to be a strike when you have 2 strikes on the hitter. All fastballs until this pitch, and look at Pena able to block it. keeper and Gregorius at first. Well done by both.
There it is, making a punch out in 42 straight games. He extends what is his record. Two of the top three in the ballpark this afternoon. One out for Jacoby Ellsbury. Singled in the 7th inning. Scored on the Clint Frazier triple. Ellsbury missed a lot of time with that concussion suffered in a game against the Kansas City Royals. Appearing in just his 49th game of this season. Gregorius led off this inning with a walk. He's the runner at first. Playing with a little bit of fire right now is Corey Knebel.
Yeah, just missing that outside corner that time.
Crew trying to extend its winning streak to 6 games. Really have to work for it this afternoon. 2-0 pitch. That missed away.
Now I'm thinking about this ballpark, and you throw, fastballs down in the count. Anybody can hit them out of here. Ellsbury certainly enough power to launch one here. Be careful.
Another 4-pitch walk. Tying run at second. Winning run at first with 1 out. Try to settle Knebel a bit. Visit from Derek Johnson coming up.
One of the things that has made him so good this year is his ability to work ahead in the count. He has not done that in this inning. Curveball's been inconsistent. That's going to happen every now and again.
The 14 pitches, 10 have been balls.
You got Frazier coming up. You got Choi on deck. Yeah, both of these guys have home run power.
Frazier homered last week in his big league debut. He tripled off the wall and left in the 7th. Was left stranded there. He was the runner at third with 1 out, but Jared Hughes was able to retire Ji-Man Choi and Ronald Torreyes. Those very highly regarded prospects. He was a first-round pick, 5th overall 4 years ago by the Indians. Came over right before the deadline last year, part of that Andrew Miller trade. Homered and doubled in his major league debut in Houston. There are the runners. Gregorius at second, Ellsbury at first. And listen with the curve again is Knebel.
Yeah, pretty good speed on the bases.
His ability to block pitches. Vital here in the 9th. One-0 pitch coming to Clint Frazier. There's a drive to left field. Perez will watch it, and the Yankees win it on a Clint Frazier walk-off.